Welcome back to our MineColonies Heaven and Hell playthrough, and we're starting off here today, just outside the gate, towards our Heavens agricultural district. So last time I think we left off with Ava just starting construction of our gate here, but here it is, and whenever you come through it, you can see that we have made a little bit of progress here within this district. The first obvious one being is that we now have this pathway that will eventually lead you all the way up towards the mountainside, which hopefully we will have a forester on the other side of it, and this is just going to be a nice road leading up and down to that. We've also tidied up the area just around the place and have put this guard tower in a much better location with its own kind of grass pathway just heading up into it. We still have quite a lot of work ahead of us for our district, but things are slowly starting to come together with it. This guard tower in particular is going to need to be ripped down at some point, just for us to place in some other buildings. But things are starting to come together pretty nicely on this side of the farming area. We have a new house up for our chicken herder, and we've also got this field finally up to its maximum tier of level 5. But unfortunately, I'm not really sure why it's designed in the way it is. I don't know why we have this additional fencing, or why our farmer Pablo has decided to rip up everything that Ava built and plant some carrots here instead. But this field is now up at its maximum level, and we do have 5 fields in total in it, so this little farm is definitely going to be busy once it's upgraded, and so long as Pablo stops making an absolute mess of everything that we've just built. But today I would like to continue building up our agricultural district here, just putting in some more buildings and basically just expanding it out. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Let's go check up on Ava. Actually, very quickly, just before I do go speak to Ava, this particular grass path that we're on here right now, if I come into the decoration controller, this is actually a level 2 decoration. This pathway just behind it is actually only a level 1 decoration, but you can't really tell the difference between the two pathways if you look at it from the surface. And this is what I think is quite neat about this particular design. So this level 2 pathway here, I have put down a little cobblestone brick here. If I remove, actually lets us come down a little bit further into it, which takes us down eventually into some railways just underneath the pathway. So I'm not sure if I've placed in the pathways here correctly, where they are on top and we have this tunnel underneath, but it does give me an idea of what to do with this, because I'm thinking maybe we could almost have some form of subway system where everything just goes underground. Anyway, that's enough about paths for the moment. Right, Ava, what are you getting up to? She is constructing our builder tier 2. Okay, that's absolutely grand. There's a few items here which I think I'm going to need to get you. Yes, pretty much, because I have quite a lot in my open requests. Well, I supplied her with 71% of the items, but she's still waiting on a few more items from our delivery system coming in, and she's about 30% done at the moment. So yes, hopefully she won't need me too much longer, and then we'll get this builder's hut up to tier 2. Which means we'll be able to start going around and upgrading our other buildings to tier 2. So while she does that, I'm just going to see what other type of builds that we can place into our agricultural district. Or maybe not. We now have Norsemen raiding us. I actually think they have come through our nice little mountain tunnel there. So that's just absolutely fantastic of you chaps. And it seems that someone has died. Who's this? An archer at least. That's a real shame. And could you please stop trying to kill our citizens? Thank you very much. Right then, back to what I was doing, which was trying to find some new buildings to place down in our new farming area. So I'm going to need some raw beef in order to make a cowboy hut or a cowhand's hut, some raw pork chops to make a swineherder's hut, some shears in order to make a shepherd's hut. A plantation could be another potential build for this district, but we would need to research it first. But I could put in a rabbit hutch instead then, if I had one raw rabbit, as well as an apiary, which is going to require 1 beehive. And I think that's pretty much all of the builds that I can think of for the moment that would fit nicely into this new district. Okay, let's go slaughter some animals. Hello friend, sorry but I need your raw pork chop and I can't kill you with my nice fire sword, but thank you very much for your sacrifice. And brilliant, I have found a bee's nest with apparently 1 bee in it. Would you guys like to go in before I take this away? No, I guess they don't want to go in. Well that's okay, please tell me that's silk touch. Yes it is. So we now have a bee's nest. So let's make this shepherd's hut, and we'll get ourselves the Cowboys Hut, also the swineherder's hut. We'll very quickly make this beehive, so we can turn it into our apiary. I'm not sure where I'm going to find some rabbits from, that's the only issue, so we might need to leave the rabbit hutch for the moment. Although I completely forgot about our composter hut. Granted, we are going to require some university research for it first, but it's a fairly standard build, just some planks alongside this compost barrel, which we can make the barrel using some planks, dirt and an iron ingot. And we'll do that just in a second actually, because there's our builder's hut, now at tier 2. Okay, well let's make this hut very quickly then, and at some point once we get the research we'll be able to place it down. Okay, this is a tier 2 builder's hut that we have now, which is good news, because that means we can start upgrading all of our other buildings around here to tier 2 as well. How are we looking in here though? Has this changed much? Not really sure if it has changed too much. We just have a gate all the way around the builder's yard now. Okay, fair enough. She's moved on to do her hospital, which she's 70% supplied and is only about 5% done. So that's definitely going to take her a little while to do here, which suits me just absolutely fine, because I need to find a home for these new buildings. But thanks to our expansion last time, that shouldn't be too much of an issue anymore. This is a tier 5 Beekeepers Hut. It's nothing too spectacular, and it's not too big a build either, so probably we'll just set it somewhere around here actually. You know what, I'm pretty happy with the placement there, so we'll go ahead with this build as well. So I've placed some more of these andesite blocks in, which will eventually become a fully fledged wall, just separating this district here from the rest of the colony. But I'm thinking for this area that we are stood in currently, it's fairly big and fairly flat, so maybe I could place in another farm just in this area here. So just the same process as before, we'll first of all place down the field, and then we will put the farmer's hut just in the space in the middle. And no matter where I place this, I'm just going to need to terraform around it. But we'll go ahead with this field decoration, that's absolutely fine. This is a tier 5 Asian style Cowboys Hut, and it's again quite a small build, but we could pretty much just tuck it in here next to where this farm will be set up. So let's just position this and build it as well. I don't think we require any form of research for this, we just need to assign a builder who's going to be close enough to it. And I'm probably going to put in some more housing just around here as well for these new huts. Okay, well there's a couple of builds for her to get on with for the moment. I still have to find a place for the shepherd's hut as well as the swineherder's hut. We'll get the composter put down as well at some point, and that farm will basically just go down once the field is built. I have one more hut to place down, which is a courier's hut, which I'm thinking just to place down here as well, just because we do have some real estate. And for no real reason other than the fact that I quite like it and it fits in here pretty perfectly, I think we will place in this nice little well as well, which is mainly going to require a lot of stone items to make it. Acacia trapdoor actually won't be an issue anymore because I did get myself an acacia sapling. The rest of the things here look pretty standard to do for it, maybe apart from mossy cobblestones, but I'll worry about that whenever we start doing the building. Speaking of decorations, there was another one that I wanted to place down, which is a Caledonia build, and this is for a greenhouse. A sugarcane greenhouse to be precise. And again, I think this is just going to snug in pretty nicely here, and this is really going to flesh out this entire area. Nothing here that looks too difficult to get, so let's do it. Let's get ourselves up a greenhouse. This little area is really starting to come along together nicely now. Okay then Ava, what are you getting up to? Ava has finished her hospital. I don't remember seeing that message come up, but has moved on to doing her beekeeper hut. And I'm going to assume that she's going to require a lot of these things from me. Okay, I better go assist her with that. Well, right after I go check out our new hospital, which we have placed down here in what will become our civic district. And this is just a tier 1 hospital and already has a lot of sick idiots inside it. And I think that Huxley there is maybe our doctor. I have no idea what the hell is happening here. Worker assigned is Huxley, so yes, he is our new doctor. Which I'm guessing you're going to want some of these carrots and some of these potatoes, because that's what they all require to be healed. Why is there love hearts going on? That's not the type of healing you're supposed to be doing, especially with poor Joanna paralysed on the floor. Well, the healing process has begun, so whenever our citizens do get sick, they will come here to the hospital and will be healed, and I don't need to bother with that nonsense anymore. I've just checked up on what Ava's going to require for our Beekeepers Hut, and it looks as if she's getting a lot of items from our delivery system. She just requires me making her a beehive, which might be a bit difficult because I don't think we have any bees anymore. I thought we at least took one bee back with us. Okay, well it looks as if I need to go back out, find some bees, and then bring them back to our colony just to get some honey. Hello little bees, it's me again. I'm going to place down your beehive there. Could you go into it then, so I can take you back to the colony? Thank you very much. Whoops, I probably shouldn't have AFK'd too much there. Do we have any bees inside us? Oh yes we do, we have 3 of them. Okay then guys, you come back with me then. Yes, I'm very sorry chaps if we do get any deaths, but the bees were worth it. I need their honey. Oh yes, I seen this last time and just wanted to pick up on it now. So I did have a very small little farm here, as you can see, some potatoes and carrots, but this whole cobblestone thing, this wasn't here before. But if I mine down into it, this is actually part of our overall mine. So our miner has actually mined out quite some bit into our colony now and is actually broken through the earth, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. How are you getting on here, Kabir, actually? What are you up to? You are just requesting a pickaxe at the moment, of which you're getting a delivery of 1 stone one. That's absolutely fine. And is that a guard along with you? Whaling, it is. Perfect. Also, I came across this statue here that I think I could place down in kind of memory of Kabir's father, Pablo. Just seeing as he was our very first miner, and it still very much hurts with the fact that he's gone. Plus this could be the first decoration for our quarry district, and I think it's quite fitting with this statue holding wood whenever he was a miner. I may replace the wood with some cobblestone or something like that. But yes, I could put this statue up here in memory of Pablo. See? I can be sentimental sometimes. Not often granted, but, you know, I can make some attempts. Anyway, I was basically just waiting on this bee nest actually giving me some honey here. Yes, I know you guys are going to be pissed off, but I need the honey to make another beehive. Then we can get you guys a proper home. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, regardless, there's a beehive for Ava, and there's some oak logs as well. So let's go see how she's getting on with this apiary, which we're beginning to make a start on, so hopefully this won't take too much longer before it's up and running. And actually, there's another apiary decoration that we can put in, this glasshouse one here, which I'm probably just going to place roughly about here actually, and hopefully this won't be too difficult to do. I'll just trust that it's not, and we'll begin the decoration process for it. Lots and lots and lots of new decorations and buildings today. Fantastic. I can guarantee you that hell won't look anywhere near as good as this, purely because, well, where are we going to put such decorations in? But it will still be fun trying to put some form of buildings and decorations down in there. But at the moment, I'm actually quite enjoying just the peace and relaxation of building here in heaven. Speaking of buildings actually, it's going to take Ava quite some time just to build these ones that I've placed down for the moment. So, I'm going to speed ahead a little bit here and get these buildings up. So the next scene, I'm probably going to sound different, but that's only because it's going to be quite some time later with me trying to help her get these buildings up. So, I'll see you guys shortly. Well, as promised, it's been quite some time later, and we have actually managed to do quite a lot. This is our new greenhouse build, which is specifically for sugarcane, so I'm actually just coming in and very quickly going to put down the sugarcane on all of the sand. Sadly, I don't think there is any real automation process to get the sugarcane out, but it's just a nice little area for it, and we have some storage to put it in as well. I'm still playing around with the overall decorations of our district, and I'm probably going to put in another fence similar to the one over there, just around the field here. I'll see how that works out in time, but just across the way, we have finally got up our nice little well. We're still waiting on the construction of our delivery hut to the side, but I've given Ava some other orders in the meantime. That's the only reason why that isn't up yet. Let's go check up and see what she's been doing actually. Well, she has finished her apiary and has built the little greenhouse beside it to house some more bees. But of course, every time I want to show off something in this game, it bloody storms it down. But yes, our apiaries are now up, so I'll take away this beehive and place it over there closer to them. And actually, I think we'll just stick you just about there. Perfect. So we'll get some bees out there eventually, so long as there are some bees inside that. And they've got their own little area just to look after. I don't think we have a beekeeper yet. No, sadly not. No worker assigned. So whenever we get some more people in, they can do that for us. I think the last time I saw Ava, she was over here making our new farm building. Yes, here it's here. This is just a level 1 farm, but right beside it we've got some fields up as well. And we will eventually populate the rest of this as we upgrade them. Next door to it though, I think this is the Cowboy Hut. Yes, Cowhand's Hut. So eventually we will get in some cows here, not chickens, we've already got a hut for you guys. And they will start breeding and slaughtering some cows for us. So that'll also be nice. We're going to get a little house built up here for our cowboy, and there is going to be another guard tower eventually placed here as well. Just across the way, there is another guard tower that was originally here, and I'm assuming that Ava is inside it, just currently deconstructing it. So that's what you're doing just now, pal, and I'm quite happy just leaving you to it. I've still got to place down a couple more of these buildings that I've got, but they will probably just go somewhere in the middle here. There's a lot of terraforming that I'm going to need to do just to kind of level all of this off. But I'm very happy with progression so far. I will definitely need to put in a lot more roads and infrastructure that way around, especially just trying to get over this hill here towards our new farm and fields. Yeah, maybe some form of pathway and road leading up to here might not be a bad call. But because we now do have at least 3 farms, I believe, I think we can come in and do some research for a composter, which I think comes under the technology branch. Yes, this one here for biodegradable. So this will unlock our composter hut, which is going to require farms totaling at least 3 levels. So I think having 3 level 1 farms has constituted towards that. All we require is 64 bone meal to get that. And that's fine, I have plenty of bones. Well, I thought I did. Maybe I've already put it into the stash. Well, whilst I'm here actually, I'm going to take out some of these blocks and then head towards our warehouse just to see our new statue for Pablo. So yes, we've got this statue up just outside of our miner's hut, just to symbolise Pablo, our very first miner. But I don't really like the wood that it's carrying, so instead we're going to place in some of these blocks that I've got, and I think that might make this look so much worse. But it's better than having the wood here, plus more in theme with the whole mining thing here, I feel. How does this look? That looks so much worse. Well, at least you can't say that I didn't try. Maybe if we get some more diamonds I can make a block of that and put it there. Well, I had enough bones just to make the right amount of bone meal, so let's head over and get that composter research then. But here's the research for it, so we'll begin, and this is going to take 30 minutes to do apparently. We've got plenty of other things to do here in our heaven colony, so 30 minutes will go by very, very fast. Oh yeah, I just came to our town hall just to check on how many work orders that we have, and had forgotten that we had already made a start on building this hut, but just never got around to finishing it. Let's maybe actually just continue building this then, and we'll get the town hall up to tier 1. Work orders wise though, we have not a lot actually. I thought we had a lot more than that. Well, let's go around and start upgrading some of these buildings to tier 2 as well then. At least the ones that we're happy with placed. This guards tower I'm happy with, so we'll upgrade this to tier 2 as well as our hospital and restaurant in our new civic district, so you guys can get your huts upgraded as well. Everything over in our agricultural area, that can all get upgraded to tier 2, but I think more prominently we should maybe upgrade the miner's hut. Hello Kabir, thank you for mining straight out into the main promenade here. I think we need to upgrade your hut, mister, so that you dig a bit further down, because this just won't do, I'm afraid, son. Oh, I am just dealing with incompetence no matter where I go. but here's his hut, let's upgrade it. And actually whilst we're here, we'll upgrade the rest of the buildings around as well, starting with your hut here, Joyce. Right, Ava has nearly deconstructed our guard tower here, so I think in the meantime I better go get some cows just to fill up our cowboy hut for whenever we do get a worker in there. Well, there are some cows around the place, but I just couldn't help myself, so I've leaded some bees and we'll take them away to the new apiary. Okay guys, here is your new home. Now come on in, don't get stuck. Perfect. Right, now how do we unlead bees again? Well, that's how we do it, and one of them has already made themselves at home. Brilliant. You guys enjoy. Whenever we do get up a beekeeper, they will come in and breed the bees, and then we'll have lots of bees. I need a mushroom. That's what I need. I need to get myself some mushrooms. But until I do find some mushrooms, you guys are just going to need to do. And that's Ava just finished the guards tower, so I can actually come into the build itself, build options and pick it up, just to place the build somewhere else. So I'm not sure what she's going to move on and do next, but we do have a lot of work orders for her to be getting on with. So anything that she does build is just going to help us out, which apparently is going to be a citizen's hut. That's absolutely fine. I will need to start thinking about placing in another builder at some point as well, especially now that we're starting to get the foundations for our colony set up. But she actually already has 99% of everything that she requires for this, just an oak sign left. Well, I can very quickly make her that. And this is our citizens' housing that she's making here, so yes, this really isn't going to take too long before it's built. Because that's it done there actually. So this new house is going to give our cowboy a place to stay, as well as possibly the guard whenever that tower gets up and running as well. I seen that Ava has actually moved on to start that guards tower, but I would like to get this town hall built up actually, and maybe also the miner to tier 2 today. So I'm coming back into the work orders list, and I'm going to cancel that guards tower for now though. She will go back to it eventually, and I'll cancel the delivery man as well because I get the feeling she'll pick that up. So let's move the town hall to the top, so she'll do that next. And then she'll move on to do the miner for tier 2. There's still a lot that I want to do over in that district, but I think a lot of that could be done in the off time. For the moment though, I would really like to start getting some of our buildings upgraded to at least the tier 2 mark. And that's good actually, because she's now moved on to do the town hall. Just a few oak things, which I can definitely supply her with. I'm thinking purely because the miner is doing stupid things like this, that getting the mine up to tier 2 is probably going to need to be more of a priority sooner than later actually. Oh yes, I can see that he's even built underneath our tavern as well. Oh dear. So I definitely need to upgrade your hut to at least tier 2 son, just so that you can dig a little bit deeper down and stop ruining all of our good work. Oh, researchers have made a breakthrough. They now understand biodegradable. That is our Composter's Hut. So that's another building that I'm going to need to find a home for somewhere over in our new district. Which actually, from this angle, is definitely starting to get there. Very pleased with how this is looking. We will sort out the main plaza at some point, and we will move on to the civic district at another point as well. Then of course we have our quarry district, which we will need to flush out at some point too. But all in good time. And I've not forgotten about you, Hal. Don't worry, we will be over there building in you very, very shortly. Right then, Ava, I think that's everything you require for this town hall. Let me just double check that you're not asking for things. Yes, you've got all of them. I've already fulfilled them. So you go build our town hall, which hopefully won't take her too long here to do. No, definitely not long at all. So there's our tier 1 Asian style town hall. And if we now upgrade our town hall to tier 2, we'll be able to get the remembrance research, which will unlock our graveyard. Which will be good for all of the dead bodies that we have, especially over in hell. And even better, Ava has picked up the miner tier 2 build, which doesn't seem to have any items in here that's going to cause any form of bother to get, so that's fine. I'll go get her all of those items quickly, and we'll get our miner here up to tier 2 and get him digging a little deeper down and getting us up even better resources then. And that's our mine, now up at tier 2. and I'm pretty sure that Pablo would be rather proud of that, even with his son making an absolute bloody mess. But I think that we have had another fairly productive day here in Heaven. We now have our tier 2 builder up, which means we can start upgrading our other buildings around the colony. Our town hall is now finally up and running, and eventually we will upgrade that to tier 2 and beyond. But I'm really pleased with the progress that we've made here in our new agricultural district. I think we've gotten quite a lot of buildings up and we've really made quite a big difference around the place. But as always, thank you very much for watching this episode of MineColonies Heaven and Hell, and if you have enjoyed today's episode, then why not give the video a like and subscribe to our channel as well, just to keep up to date with our goings on here. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time, where we might possibly look over into hell and see what type of mess we can get up to in there. Bye for now everyone, bye bye.